Today what I'd like to do is make some beef jerky. Really dehydrating any type of meat. It can be chicken, turkey, pork, pretty much anything you want. This is just a regular rump roast, nothing special, not a special cut of meat. What's important is to freeze this. If you try cutting this while it's fresh or soft, you're just gonna mash it. What you do is you put it in until it's almost frozen solid, and then you can go ahead and take slices from it. Another key thing here is you want to cut all the fat off it, which I'm going to. So I'll take a couple slices, maybe 1/16 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, and we'll go ahead and put them on the plate. We'll mix up a rub for it, and we'll marinate that overnight, and then we'll put it on the dehydrator. But basically this portion is just going to be to go ahead and slice the meat. You can see how easy this cuts when it's frozen. If this meat was not frozen, this knife would be going all over the place. We'll go ahead and I'll pause it. You get the idea of what I'm trying to do. And then when it's done, when everything's cut, we'll come on back. So the places where you see fat, you really don't want to dehydrate that, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut all of that fat out. So you can see some of it really hasn't all that solid, but it does cut so much easier. Nice little slice there. And some of this we may not be able to cut out. We're just going to go ahead and have to dehydrate it. What is bad is that meat that will actually go rancid if that sits long enough. So when I'm done with this, I will go ahead and I'll seal it. Some of the stuff I vacuum seal, others I just put in baggies, throw in the freezer, and it'll actually store for a year or so, which isn't bad. So we're going to continue on cutting. Alright, so the beef is all sliced, ready to go. It's take a little time you have to thaw out. What we're going to do is add our seasoning. I always add garlic, I like garlic. Give it half a cup of oil, already pre-measured, half a cup of water that's pre-measured. We're going to put that in a bowl, put that in a bowl, and go ahead and add our marinade season to it. And really, whatever you like. I always go too much garlic, but I like the taste of garlic, so that's just a little. And we're going to stir this up. Once it's mixed, we're just going to put it in a clear plastic bag. And when it's done, I'll show you then. You just set that in the refrigerator and that marinates overnight. And then I'll show you when it's done. Alright, so once we have the seasoning in, we'll clean the bag. We just load the sliced meat in. Get as much of the seasoning in here as you can. Let me mix that all up. I'm going to seal the bag. And then I'm just going to throw that in the refrigerator. So whenever that's ready to come out and put on a dehydrator, we'll come back. This meat has been marinating in the refrigerator overnight. I have my dehydrator. You could put this in your oven if you wanted to, but I like to use dehydrator. This is going to be a little bit messy. You just lay these out. I try to leave enough room in here. You want the air to circulate. So this is, I don't know, 100 watt, maybe not even 100 watt. So it's pretty low temperature. We're going to let it sit for a couple of hours, probably 4 or 5 hours. We'll keep coming back checking it. Doesn't matter how you lay these out. Just want to lay them all out. And that's pretty much it. So it sits on the dehydrator, fan in the center, plug it in, air is circulated through here, and it dries. We'll dry this out in a few hours. Okay. I do flip it every once in a while, come back maybe in 3 hours. Flip it, which I don't really think you need to do, but I like to do it that way. I see how much is being and there you have it. we'll go ahead and we'll plug this in, and I'll check on it later. Alright, it's been about 7 hours. This is a different dehydrator than what I started with. The other dehydrator broke on me, so what you're left with is, I'm going to have to clean this off. We'll have to pat it down with some paper towels. But it is pliable. Could leave it in a little bit longer, but it's pliable, but it's there's nothing pink. So at that point, this is done. I'm just gonna take them, put them in a Ziploc bag, and I'll put those in the refrigerator. You can put these in little baggies. What I try to do is I'll suck the air out of them, and then I'll put these in my pack or put these in my car, and then I'll have some extra protein if I need a snack, or if I want to go camping. At least I have something. So that's it. Even this little piece of fat here that will that'll go rancid. But again, you know, if you're storing these things for 2 or 3 months, it should be okay. I mean, I kept some in the freezer for 2 years, and other than the freezer burns, I mean, it's still palatable. It's still good to eat. But there you have it. Thanks for watching.